Hello, Kaz. I'm so excited to see you here. I mean, I know we're both living abroad, and it's so nice to be able to catch up with you in Dublin from time to time. But today we get to talk about your Anisha hero journey, which is something really, really special and something I feel very honored that you were a part of. Because we've done a couple of different journeys together. Our first journey was running to Cape Town together, and that was an experience in itself. But yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. Very excited to chat to you about your transformation. So, where were you before you decided to join Anisha Hero?
So, yeah, as you said, like I moved abroad and all of that kind of thing. And moving in the main part of the pandemic or whatever as it hits, I was very challenged and very, very, very lost. Being in this massive city and not really knowing anyone, not really knowing myself. I was really struggling and really just needed to find out who I actually am in this bigger world that we live in. So I was quite a lost human being, sitting on my brother's sofa kind of thing in Ireland, and just very lost. Yeah.
And when you joined Anisha Hero, what was the transformation that you started having? Because I also know that we're all still a work in progress and you are somebody that is still constantly doing the work on yourself. But what was the biggest transformation? Because you had a very quick mindset shift and it was really incredible to see. So what was that transformation like for you?
Yeah, it was amazing, Kylie. Like, even, as you said, it was very quick at the beginning. And it was just becoming like aware of one, like the kind of person I am, and from like a human design perspective, and what drives me as a human being. And I think without that knowledge, you don't understand. So it was always like, oh, but why do I always find this like fight against people? And then when you actually start to understand, you're like, oh, well, that's why. And I think it was mainly that awareness that really did shift my whole mindset, and just like the positivity in the whole experience, and trying something new. Like, I'd never really done much like inner work or anything like that. I was always just like, ugh, that's for the fairies kind of thing. But when you actually sit down and do it, it's the most rewarding experience, and you sit there by yourself, and you don't have to share anything with people. You can journal whatever you want in your journal. Ho'oponopono, that for me was such a big experience, because writing down things that nobody's going to see, but it's what's sitting inside you, and getting that toxic energy out, it's just the most incredible feeling. So I think that was really it, just a massive change in awareness.
Yeah, and I think you were also somebody that, you were very, very involved in the program, which was amazing to see. And I think you built up a lot of friendships and formed a lot of online friends during that time. So how was that experience to be part of a community to support you? Because I know from moving, and I don't know how people do it by themselves. So I really honor you for doing it by yourself, because it's so difficult to do something like that by yourself. And I'm hoping that the community kind of gave you extra support when you did feel lonely at times, because that is the reality of moving overseas by yourself.
No, definitely. I mean, it was so nice to, have the girls on the Telegraph group, and even you. Like, I remember one night when I was back in London, and I was so overwhelmed with everything, and I messaged you and one of the other girls, and like, you responded, and I was like, what? It's like 12 o'clock in the evening in South Africa, because you were still in South Africa. But just getting that response from people, knowing that you're not alone in this big world, that there are people there, and some people feel the same as you do. And just to openly speak about things, I think sometimes is just so important. And to have people in that community going through big transformations as well. I mean, I look at the girls that I did Anisha Hero with, or women rather, and they're just crushing things. Like, their lives are just, I think of them when we've started and look at them now, and I'm like, wow, you girls have done so well, and it makes my heart happy to know that we went through that journey together.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, one of the things that really just inspired me about your transformation is that you were so open about your journey. And I think there was a moment where you realized, like, "Oh, I'm not crazy. Like, I'm not the only person that feels these things, or I'm not the only one that has these like realizations." And people were like, yeah, that's totally me too. And I think that that was just amazing to see that, through sharing our vulnerabilities, you realize you're not alone in your vulnerabilities or in your ways of thinking or in your ways of doing certain things. So I really do commend you on, being so vulnerable in the course and obviously in our safe, sacred container, because so many other people had realizations through your realizations as well.
Yeah, thanks. I think, I always have really spoken openly about my past experiences and all of that, because I think, if it can help one person, then I'm doing okay. And so yeah, I think that was a big thing. And speaking openly about it helps you to get it out. You're not kind of covering away yourself and being like, oh, I'm so embarrassed about my past experiences, because they are your experiences. We live them, and you've got to grow through them.
Definitely. And in your life today, do you still use some of the Unleash Your Hero tools in your toolbox now? Or, because obviously what I always say to people is that Unleash Your Hero does change your life, 100% it does, but it's not going to make sure that you're going to be happy for every single day of the rest of your life, because that's impossible. I will never promise that to somebody. It will have this massive change, but there will be challenges along the way. And, have your tools in your toolbox now being able to help you through certain challenges?
I'm so glad you asked this question, because 100%. So, I went through the whole program and we did it, and then we kind of ended, and I tried to like carry on with a lot of the tools and the work, but it kind of falls away, like when we're not having our weekly calls and that kind of thing, and life gets busy. And I'm not going to lie, like the past few months, I've gone through another really bad patch, and I thought to myself a while back, I was like, okay, come, like we've got the tools. Let's start again. And I picked up my journal and I picked up my hero journal, and I went onto the portal and just started working on things that I knew, that were affecting me. And like to this day, I mean, I wrote in my hero journal this morning. I've been using my I am journal. And it's really pulled me out of that dark space again. And it's that awareness, that we have. And as you say, I think through the process you also change as a human being. And like you even said to us when we did the course, you change as a human, so then you need to go back and redo things because now you're a different person. And I've also turned 30, so I've jumped into a new like stage of my life with my design. It said like the first 30 years are when you trial and error, and now we need to put down a solid, I don't know what you would say.
Alchemize all the experiences you've had.
Exactly. And so even just knowing that and being like, okay, cool, well, we've had this huge transformation, but now we've got work to do again. So I definitely do. I use all the tools, the journals and everything, part of the community. I love your masterclasses. And yeah, so definitely it's not like a one course, put it away, and you a changed human being. It's continuous work.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. I just hope that you guys all do feel empowered with the tools that you do have, that you can overcome any future challenge, which is the aim, really. So do you have any sort of last words or comments or anything else that you would like to say, especially to somebody who may be considering doing Unleash Your Hero? I know for you as well, it was kind of, we had spoken about it at one point and then you were still deciding, and I think it took you like another year before you decided to join. So you do have experience with being on that fence. What would you say to anybody that is on the fence or is uncertain of the investment or uncertain of the program? Do you have any words of wisdom for them?
Yeah, like as you said, I thought about it, then went away and then came back, kind of thing. And I think definitely it is a big investment. It's financially, but you'd have got like payment plans and all of that in place. And if you look at it, you're investing in the rest of your life. And that's the way that I saw it when I was like, okay, no, I need something, and this is going to help me for the rest of my life. And so I definitely think if anybody's on the fence about doing it, just jump in. It really does change your life. Unleash Your Hero did change my life. Still to this day is changing my life. And it's, yeah, as I said, an investment in your future. It's not just like I'm going to buy a car and then get rid of it one day. It's tools that nobody can take away from you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Kaz, thank you so much. I will definitely be seeing you either in London or Dublin sometime soon. I know I will.
Can't wait.
But I hope you have a beautiful week and we'll chat to you soon.
Thank you.